Alright, so this video I'm going to go over resizing. It's basically just going to be the basics, how I use Resize, different applications that I find it useful for. I use it all the time in all of my artwork. I'm always resizing, repositioning, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. It's really handy, so yeah, let's do it. Alright, so when I'm reshaping, I actually use it a lot when I'm drawing because I'll draw something and then I'll realize that it's not the right size, or it's not in the right position, or it's not kind of angled the right way. So basically, if I'm going to resize like his muzzle, I choose this little ribbon here. I don't know if it's a ribbon, whatever you want to call it, and I basically just select whatever I want to take, hit the arrow button, and notice I have it on uniform. I usually keep it on uniform most of the time, but there are times when I use the other options. But for now, it's on uniform, so that means if I do resize it, it's going to stay the same. Nothing's going to change. It's just going to get bigger or smaller, but retain the same proportions. If I do freeform, that's if I needed to like stretch it, something like that. So for now, we're just going to go back to uniform, and I think it needs to turn a little bit and go up. Like so. A lot of times people have problems if they're trying to do things. If you try to move it, if it's really small and you try to move it inside the box. Let's see if I can. Let me figure out what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, you can have problems when you're trying to move it from inside the box like that. So what you want to do is you want to drag outside. You want to go outside of the... Also, apparently if you... Let's see if that happens again. So this little thing is just to turn it. So that's just to rotate it. It won't get bigger. And these corners and edges are to make it bigger and smaller. And if you just want to move it, just be outside. Sometimes it even catches like it did there. Just go outside and move it around and you won't have a problem. Hopefully that's not too confusing. Hopefully at least you can kind of look back and see what I did there. Let me delete this. Alright, so back to this guy. So if I'm going to use... Alright, let's see if we can use another resizing or scaling tool. Let's see. If I do distort, let's see what happens to his nose. That's actually better. So this distort actually made it... It kind of put it on the right plane, actually, so that kind of worked. Okay, so that works. That was actually just luck. So let's say we select his nose again. Wait, I gotta give him some eyes. So at least you can see that it's a character, because right now I'm giving you a tutorial, and this poor creature doesn't even have any eyes. And I need you guys to believe. I need you guys to believe that this is an actual creature with feelings. So there's feelings you want, you gotta draw some eyes. Okay. Alright, so at least now he's got some. At least now he's got some eyes. So that's probably better, right? I think so. Alright, so, but let's say I wanted to scale these. We'll give him some. Let's say if we wanted to scale his eyeballs. So just gonna go around his eye, hit the little arrow button, and we'll go back to uniform. And also, if you wanna, another trick that you can do, if you want to resize both eyes, you can long click on the ribbon again, tap add, go over the second eye, and then tap add again, and now you have both eyes selected. You definitely don't want to leave him looking like Pennywise, but that's how you do it. And if that was confusing, I'll just do it again. So I tap the ribbon. I'm on freehand. I guess I didn't mention this before, but freehand is just rectangle, just selects a rectangle. Ellipse is circular. I don't know what automatic is, but I never use it, so maybe I'll learn. I'll learn it and then I'll do a tutorial about it. How's that? So freehand, select the ribbon, select freehand, and then just make a circle around your eyeball. And since you're already in the ribbon tool, you don't have to long select it because you're already here. You just tap add, and now all these like the little lines are going across, showing that something is selected. So I've already tapped add, so then I just make another circle around that, and I tap add again. So now they're both selected. It's kind of hard to see. There's lines going across except for where the eyes are. It's a little bit hard to see, even for me looking at it on the screen. And then I hit the arrow button, and now the eyes are selected, and it looks like an animation. Let's see, is there anything else we want to resize? Also, another thing that you want to do, let's see his face is on like a certain plane, like his face is, you know, that's like the plane, the front of his face. So if you wanted to do, let's see if I can do this quickly. If you wanted to add text, hate how long it takes to get to the... I need to do a tutorial on how to... Oh, do I have to hit shift and... Hold on. I'm so used to cell phones where I can just long press. It makes the world easier. Alright, so let me do a different font. Okay, so if I wanted to make this on the same plane, then I would use... I can't remember if I use warp or distort. I think it's warp. Ooh. Definitely distort. Okay. It happens. So if you use distort, it'll sort of make it, you know, kind of in the same plane as his face, if that makes sense. So it sort of makes it the same, as though it was like attached to his head. I don't even know what that means, but you get it. And again, you can move it, you can touch it from the inside if it's big enough. But sometimes you'll have a problem if it's really small. If it's really constrained, then it might have an oopsie daisies. Oh, that's kind of cool. Freeform, you can move it and stretch it. Uniform is just bigger and smaller. To move it, I just go outside of the box, and the little green thing is just to do that. Alright, so that's pretty much the basics. Hopefully that helps if you run into some issues. Also, this is the iPad. This is the original iPad Pro with the original Apple Pencil, and this is Procreate. I believe it's the latest. It's June 20th. It's July 8th. 8th, I think, right now. It's whatever the latest version is. Maybe I'll look it up and put it on the screen. But I always just update my Procreate whenever a new one comes out. So everything is up to date, and yeah, hopefully that is useful. Thanks so much for watching the tutorial. I hope you get something out of it. If so, give me a like and subscribe. I have a couple of tutorials that I've filmed today, so those are going to be coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe, and you can hit the little alert bell if you want to get a notification when I upload a new video. Also, stay tuned after the credits. I usually have some bloopers because, I don't know, I just like to add those in. They're kind of fun, and you kind of get to see who I am. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate it. Keep drawing. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching the tutorial. I hope that you get something out of it. Let me start that again. Thanks so much. You know, it has that look where it's not really like warm, and you don't really have a lot of texture. So basically, you can put some texture. Let me start this again. Cut. Take two.